beginning, their world was defined by the stone walls of the cave. Shadows danced from the small campfire, and the dwellers sat in silence. While Zug plucked insects from the cracks, and Morg sat mesmerized by his own reflection in the fire. Tharn felt only doubt, but his attention was pulled elsewhere. The tunnel loomed in the distance, a dark void that carried a faint, whispering wind. Tharn exhaled sharply, shaking off his thoughts. But the mystery of the darkness had already taken hold. Later, sleep took the cave, and Morg quietly collected water from the stone cracks. But the tunnel would not let Tharn rest. He sat up, the darkness beckoning him. Drawn toward the mystery, he made his move. But he was not as unseen as he hoped. A hand snatched his wrist. It was Velka. Her face was sharp with warning in the firelight. She gestured to the monstrous carving on the wall, a silent plea to obey the ancient fears. Defeated, Tharn was forced back. The fire burned low. When Tharn's eyes opened, even Velka slept. It was his only chance. Stepping carefully over his kin, he reached the tunnel's edge. He stole one last glance at the safety of the cave. Took a deep breath, and he vanished into the dark. The tunnel was a throat of ice. The silence here had teeth. Every breath a struggle, every step an echo of his own doubt. But then a heartbeat of light, a pulse in the void. Tharn didn't run. He walked toward the blinding edge and let the old world die behind him. The light was a blade, blinding and absolute. He fell into it, gasping against the sudden rush of wind. The walls of his universe dissolved. There was no stone ceiling, no dying fire, only the endless green and a sky that went on forever. He had spent a lifetime asleep in the dark. Now, finally, he was awake. Tharn watched the storm come, unafraid. He turned to look back at the tunnel. He couldn't leave his kin behind. He returned to the dark, not to hide, but to save them. He reached for Velka, desperate to share the miracle, but found her trembling in the grip of the old shadows. She pointed to the monster on the wall, begging him to bow before the fears and lies that kept them small. He offered her the sky, but she saw only the abyss. She could only hear the echo of her own terror. He turned to Morg. He pleaded with him to open his eyes, but he did not want to wake. Zug watched from the shadows, seeing not a savior, but a madman. To Velka, he was no longer a man. He was a monster, made of the very light she feared. And as the truth set in, he understood the cost. To wake is to risk pain. It is far easier to dream in the cold than to burn in the truth. He knew now the chains holding them were not made of iron. They were made of fear. You can offer a prisoner the key, but you cannot free a soul that is in love with the dark. He shattered his chains, leaving his kin behind. They feared the light, but he sprinted toward it, running until his lungs burned. The world outside was angry. It screamed to push him back. But he roared in return. He was alive, and in the silence that followed, the truth took hold. He wasn't just escaping, he was coming home.